In front of me is a toolkit I put together for $100, and over my next few videos I'll be showing you various projects that I'll build just using this toolkit. Now it's more of a Western construction style toolkit because I wanted to put something together that someone could use to build anything from a coffee table to a shed. Now if we look at the items more closely, you can see I have all the basics covered. I can measure and mark things, I can cut things, I can assemble things, and of course I can prep for finish. Now you might be wondering why I chose each of these individual items, and maybe you're someone who doesn't have $100 in your budget, you have $200. So let's deep dive on each area. I'll explain why I picked those tools and show you possible upgrades you can make if you're willing to have a larger budget right away. Starting with our measurement and marking tools. Pencils. Just pick whatever works best for you. Some people like carpenter's pencils. They are great if you're working with rough lumber because the lead doesn't break easily. But mechanical pencils, I always prefer these just because you always have a fine point on the lead. Moving on to the square. In my shop, I really like these combo squares. They're great because you can use it to find the depth of something or just set it to a mark and then use this to draw a line. So that's cool and all, but these are limited by 90 and 45 degrees. So the really cool thing about the speed square is you can use the pivot point and then different degree markings on this edge to draw out different angles on a board, which can be handy if you don't have a miter saw. I would suggest getting both if it's in your budget, but for my kit, I'll just be using the speed square. Now for the tape measure, pick a color and buy one. And basically what I mean by that is just pick a brand of tools you like, buy their tape measure, and that'll be fine. I like 16 foot for the length. It seems to be a good balance. It's long enough for all tasks in the shop, but it's not bulky like those 25 or 35 foot construction tape measures. Now, a good call out here is these green fast cap tape measures. These are my favorite. They're double-sided, so whether you're using them left or right-handed, you don't have to read upside down. That's really nice to have. For cutting, I went with a handsaw because it's cheap and I'm trying to keep this kit under $100. Now, if it's in your budget, go ahead and look at getting a circular saw. These are so nice. Even when you get to the point where you have a miter saw and a table saw, you will still find uses for a circular saw. So either way, but I'm going to be building my projects with a handsaw. Now, if you're more of a woodworking traditionalist, consider a pole saw. These pair really well with a good set of chisels and hand planes. Now for assembly, starting with wood glue, you should have wood glue. Okay. That being said, I have a small bottle for this kit because it was cheaper and fit in the budget. And that bottle will last a while, but if you're planning on building a lot, you can save a lot of money over time by going with a gallon jug and some type of refillable container. This is a glue bot or boat or something like that. I've heard a lot of people use old condiment containers and those work just fine. So something to keep in mind. Now for clamps, you will never have enough clamps. That's just kind of how it goes. But to start out, you can save a lot of money getting these combo kits, typically for the F-body style clamps. That's what I have here. These are really great. They do have a decent amount of strength for what they are. So they are a really good choice for starting out. But like I said, you know, you'll be constantly adding more clamps to your collection. Now I went with a hammer and nails for the same reason I went with the handsaw. It's cheap, so I could actually fit it in the toolkit. That being said, if you have it in your budget, seriously, consider getting a drill. This should be one of the first tools you get if your budget allows. That being said, you can also look at getting a combo kit where you can get an impact driver as well. You know, a drill is fine. You can use just a drill by itself and that'll work, but it's really annoying when you have to constantly switch between a drill bit and then a driver bit. So having each of these means you can switch off without changing bits. Now for the last item, prepping for finish, I have this little sanding block kit. And that's going to be horrible to use. Sanding is already bad and doing it by hand really sucks. So if it's in your budget, obviously upgrading to a nice random orbital sander will be crucial. That being said, I'm going to try avoiding needing to sand as much as possible, which can be done. A lot of people go overboard on sanding. And sure, if you want a glassy, smooth finish on some nice piece of furniture you're making, yeah, you got to sand a lot for that. That being said, you can make a lot of nice stuff that really doesn't have to have a glassy, smooth surface, especially if you're layering on a lot of finish. Polyurethane does have some requirements on what level you're supposed to sand it to. It's usually pretty low, but depending on your finish, you don't really have to worry about sanding that much. So, but of course, you know, you absolutely should look at getting a good random orbital sander at some point. So there you have it. I know there are obvious limitations with this kit. It is hard to get a lot of tools for under $100, and I wanted to make sure to buy a lot of store brand tools because store brand tools are typically mid-tier, I guess, if you will. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't cheaping out too much where they were worthless, essentially, or that they would fail after one project. So I'm excited to see how much I can build with these, and I hope you follow along. Just go ahead and click subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll get alerted when I post a video on one of these new projects. But let me know in the comments what you might change. Maybe there's a tool you would swap out here, or you would go in a completely different direction for your idea of a $100 toolkit. Oh boy. First things first, I need something so I can stand while working. Well, that's going to be the first project because this is where I'm working for now. Oh boy. Oh. Well, all right, let's get started.